Oh no, there's something left. Oh my god. There's a lot of them left. Anyway. Alright. So here's the story, man. So basically, right, I walked into, you know, the place next to, hi guys. I walked, yeah. So I walked in there and, you know, I said something that was probably a bit stupid. I should have said it, but, you know, it was a little, you know, it was just a little bit of banter. And, you know, they jumped on it. And, you know, I realized that they were the very people that they hated, right? So they were judging people in the same way that the Nazis and the KKK and all that, and you know they think they're all good and great, and you know, and here they were jumping to conclusions like you're a white straight male, you know, that typical kind of crap. Try and put you in a box, just like, you know, the people that they hate do, and you know, all that sort of stuff. And I kept just going on about this, and they ended up getting just, you know, really pissed off. I think coincidentally now, after all this, maybe they've learnt their lesson finally. It's taken this long. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I walked in there and you know, I didn't say anything bad to them. I didn't call them, you know, any bad words. You know, I was just like, look, you know, the things you're doing, you know where they lead, because the 20th century is full of them, right? They're full of what these people have been doing. The same kind of thought pattern, right? It's, you know, it's where. Yeah. So I was like, look, your thought pattern is that instead of trying to convince people, right, you do the whole, it's 2016 thing, you're a racist bigot, and I know what's best for you, I know everything about you, and I'm basically God, and I'm going to judge you now, right? And you see, you know, it doesn't seem like it's that serious, right? It doesn't seem like it's that serious. But the problem is where it leads, right, is these people get guns, because they take this thing called, you know, I'm not going to outline the whole strategy, right? But basically, they say that you're a bad person. They get the support of, you know, like the people, right? And the people get scammed by these communists because they're, you know, they're evil. I mean, I don't know if they do it deliberately, like, or they're just psychopathic. I don't know. But like the whole thought pattern is just evil, right? And I mean, look, don't get me wrong. You can think I'm the biggest asshole in the world, and you can dream daily about trying to kill me. But at the end of the day, if you do nothing about it, and you know you shouldn't do anything about it, you can think whatever the hell you want, man. Because, you know, this is a civilized society, right? So yeah, I went in here and I started telling them what they were, and they didn't like it. And someone I hadn't been talking to, their goon, pretty much, gets up, and you know, he screams at me, leave. He's just like, leave, right? He does that, okay? And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm a bit surprised now, because I wasn't even talking to him. And it wasn't violent before this. I was just beating them at their own game, in their own little safe space, their own stupid little safe space. And beating them at their own game, and they didn't like that, and so they had to get their goon to come and hurt me, right? That's basically what it did. Now, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, he didn't punch me or anything, but if I hadn't left, right, it would have escalated, wouldn't it? Right? And as he was pushing me out, he said, you think you have problems? My daddy touched me. That's what he said to me. And I looked at him and I was like, my daddy touched me too. He touched me every day when he was raising me. Right? You right? Right? Yeah, he touched me every day he was raising me when, you know, he went to, you know, pick me up and you know, he wanted to have, you know, like, you know, just do what a dad does. He you know, you're going to get touched by your father, right? Right? So, you know, and he couldn't respond to that, because you know why? Because he thought he had an excuse. He hadn't actually been touched by his father. It was bullshit. Because if you've actually been raped by your father, if you've been diddled by your father, you don't go around bragging about it, right? Because it's you know, it's you know what it is, right? Look, and now they've gone all quiet, which is good, you know. Yeah. So you know, he gets up and he starts assaulting me. And the reason it doesn't matter what the assault was, right, is because if I hadn't left at the time, it would have escalated, right? And the guy that got up, I could see that when he got up, he wasn't, you know, he was big and he was heavy and he was stupid and he was slow, right? And that's your disadvantage against me. Like, you know, I'm not as big as you, I'm not as tall as you, I'm not as heavy as you, but I have advantages to you, right? So I was just like, okay, well, if this goes south, I know what's going to happen, right? This guy's going to lose, right? He's going to lose. He thinks he's going to win, he's going to lose. And that's actually why he's going to lose. He thinks he's going to win, right? That's why, basically. So yeah, you know, throws all my shit outside, you know, locks the door and says, you know, and it's a public area, man. It's a public student area, right? And you see, they've had to start talking now because they can't block me out. So they've got to engage in their little hug box. Doing, what are they playing? They're playing, is it Civilization? It looks like Civilization, some kind of game like that. So they have to do that because they're struggling to block me out, and I'm getting to them. I'm getting to them. So anyway, so yeah, they assault me. The guy assaults me. I wasn't actually talking to the guy, and he gets up and he gets so mad, and I show him what he is. He's hurting me because he thinks he owns a public space that I pay for with my taxes and my subsidies, right? And he thinks he owns it, right? He thinks he owns it, so he assaults me, and because he walks around saying, "Oh, my daddy diddled me when I was younger," he thinks he can get away with it, right? Right, so that's why he did it. He didn't do it because he was angry. That was part of the reason, but he did it because he thought he'd get away with it, man. He thought. I know it is fucked up. That's but they're fucked up people, man. Like you can see, they're not all fucked up, but the ones that I engage with are fucked up. And I'm not saying that in a way that's irreversible, right? I'm not saying that it's irreversible. I'm just saying that they need to get some help, right? Because I'm just in here and I'm just talking and I'm allowed to talk, and they can put on their headphones and block me out, and they're allowed to do that, right? And I mean, if I wasn't here for another purpose, I would have left. Because they're ignoring me, and that's their right to do that, right? It's their right to ignore me if they don't agree with me, But their ideology is evil, ultimately, right? It's evil, and I can't believe one of them is of the left wing, and he's also Christian, and he thinks he's a philosopher, right? I know. He's like, oh, I'm the left wing, and I'm a Christian, and I think that's justified. Yeah, what the fuck, eh? Hey guys, by the way, I'm talking to a Christian right now, and he's like, what the fuck? You can't be a leftist. You can't be a hardcore leftist and a Christian, right? It's like a total contradiction, right? It's a total contradiction. Yeah. Yeah. It's like the Islamic girl that went to the Middle Eastern country and ended up, she was like, oh, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be fine, and she gets raped. You're exactly right. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. Like, they're here, and the problem is that they haven't been told that they actually need to think properly about what they're doing. Because they've done these degrees, and they haven't realized that in order to do things, you've got to experience them and do them. You can't just learn everything from a book. And that's what they think they can do. Because one of the first things they said to me, the thing that triggered me in their safe space, so they did trigger me, I'm not going to lie, they triggered me. They were like, have you even read a book? You idiot. That's what they said to me. They were like, have you read a book, you idiot? And I was like, no, I've never read a book in philosophy. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a philosopher. Okay, you know what I mean? And I walked in here and I baited the shit out of them, and now all they can do, because their ideology is wrong, is ignore me. Because they know they're wrong. But the problem is that they're not going to change their mind. And that's the issue that I have. I want to come in here and I actually want to make friends. I don't like having people hate me. But when I see what you're doing, and I see that it killed in excess of probably 20 million people last century, right? And I see you're not changing your mind, right? I'm just like, well, unfortunately, you're the definition of evil. Unfortunately, whether or not you're doing it deliberately or anything, and they're not even engaging me now because they know I'm going to win. So they've learned something at least. Or these guys, maybe these guys aren't as stupid as the other ones. In fact, no, I don't think they are, because they're ignoring me. That's clever. These guys aren't. Either they've been told to do this. Actually, they've probably been told to do it. But if they haven't, they're intelligent people, because they know that they're not going to win this. Because I walked in here into their safe space. I'd had 2.5 hours sleep. I'd just been in the lab for 7 hours, right? I don't read philosophy books. And I successfully, without getting in their face and screaming at them like their friend did to me, I successfully got them to try and hurt me and prove all my points. That if you want to take tax from someone to pay for welfare for some ill people, right? But you're okay to kill the person if they don't give you your money, you're evil. Because, basically you think whatever you want and you're not evil, but the second you start imposing it on others, not because they want to, because you want to and you think you're God, that's when you become evil. And that's what evil is. That is the simplest definition of evil. Whether or not you do it deliberately is up to debate. But you're either a psychopath, or you're just really stupid, and you're actually well intentioned, but you're so fucking stupid, and you're thinking like so much of an idiot that you just can't see through it. Anyway, so all that said and done, I was like, look, I can walk away, I can try and pull, turn the other cheek, right? But I realized that they weren't going to learn anything if I did that, right? I realized that they weren't going to learn anything. And hello, hey man, what's up? Hi man, how are you? No? No one cares. No one cares what I say. Well, that's good. Are you gonna engage me, buddy? You're not gonna engage? Okay. So anyway, let me continue my story. So this guy's just walked in. Has he been sent a text? Because he's obviously not engaging in what they're doing, so they've called him in as like reinforcements, as moral support. I'm in your safe space, right? I'm in your safe space. Well, anyway, continuing with the story, right? So I said something that hurt their feelings. No, it didn't actually. It hurt their ideology, which they couldn't reason with. It was like, you know, when you're trying to shift gears in a car and it makes that crunching sound. You know, that's what was happening in their brains, because they were like, I don't actually think I'm a bad person, but this guy's just proven to me that my ideology is evil, right? And you see, I'm already getting a bit of a rush from this. You know, you can already, I just, you know, I've got the little bit of the little tremble. This is competition, right? And I love competition. I love adversity because it's what makes you strong. And these guys, I don't know, like some of them maybe are fit and whatnot, but I think a lot of them think that if they accept their problems, that that's going to make them better. It's not. It's just going to make them worse, right? So they're just going to become more and worse and worse and worse. And when they try and take power, they're going to get slapped by people like me, right? Who try and improve ourselves, right? We're trying to improve ourselves by, you know, going to the gym and debating with others, because I think a lot of them have done philosophy papers and they think they're philosophers, right? And they're not, because they think that if they read it in a book, it's true. And that they can't test things themselves. And what I'm doing right now is I've never read a book. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a philosopher, okay? I don't need your stupid knowledge, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't need your knowledge, okay? I just come in here, and I come in here with a theory, with my scientific method, because I'm an engineering student, and I've been taught the scientific method, right? And I come in here, and I test my theory, and I'm like, you're evil because you hurt people that don't agree with you, right? You're evil, right? And I just went and proved it. I just want to prove it to them, and now they're trying to laugh it off like it's nothing. What is this guy doing? Like, I don't think he's an idiot, really. I don't, because I don't hate people. These guys hate me, and that's why they're trying to laugh it off. But this guy's just sitting here thinking he's fooling anyone, but just sitting there doing nothing. He's doing nothing. What is he doing on his phone? Nothing. He's not engaging in the game like these guys. I'm sorry, you guys, because you're doing what you should be doing. But this guy's here now, and he thinks this is his safe space, and, you know, because he sits here all the time that he owns it, and it's not. You haven't booked the room. It's not a private room. You know, like, it's for everyone, right? So I can come in here and do this, right? And you should just block me out. Or you should call security. Are you willing to do that? You could do that. You could call security, guys. I'm just saying, you call security, and they would probably make me leave. But ultimately, what I'm doing is I'm coming into your safe space, and I'm doing the things that you did to me, right? This is what, you know, because I walked in here originally to chat to a friend, and I said something stupid. I was like, Overwatch is a shit game. That's what I said. And the guy was like, nah, bro, it's fun, right? So it's just a stupid opinion. And they jumped on it because they like to judge people. That's what they do, man. This is what they do for a living. They judge people, and they live on the welfare, and they take your money because they want to take your money, and yada, 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 right? Anyway. So look, I just proved everything, and, you know, that's the story. Like, if I know he just pushed me, right? And, you know, that's fine. He just pushed me. But if I'd stayed, it would have escalated. No doubt. It would have escalated, right? And what would have happened, right? He would have thought that I was stupid, and he would have probably gone to punch me, and it wouldn't have worked. You know, because I walked in here, and I beat you on your own terms, in your own turf, right? I beat you on your own terms. I made you retaliate with force, right? And you think that you're going to beat me on my terms. And you're very silly. And this guy's sitting here like a stupid seal, like going, like it's a comeback. It's not a comeback, buddy. It's not a comeback. You know, like, it's not. Come on, man, engage the banter. Look, people are laughing, and I'm going to stay now because you're laughing, and that's what I want. I want you to laugh. I want you to laugh. You know, but there's no point, man, because you know what I did? Like, I could have taken it all the way, and I didn't, because I know everyone makes mistakes, right? I know everyone makes mistakes, and I was like, look, I'm not going to come in here and be like high and mighty and think I'm God like these guys. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But if you think you can get away with hurting people because they don't agree with you, which is effectively what you just did, and I proved it, if you think you can do that, you're evil, and I can't stand by with a clear conscience and let evil at a university just sit there and fester. And coincidentally, they've got a group, and you know what it's called? It's called Killing as Organized Sport. And I thought this was hilarious. This is like the hug box corner, their safe space. And you know, it's innocent fun. They get like airsoft guns or something, right? They get airsoft guns. I think maybe they do some paintballing or something. And you know, it's a bit of fun, right? I play competitive shooters, and I know it's fun. But you know what I see? Like, when I see that you're not learning your lesson, and you're trying to get your coaches to do stuff for you and all that, and coach your story, because that's what they were doing when the security guards walked in. They had their coach in, their PhD philosopher, whatever he was, trying to coach them on what to say. Right? And when one of them tried to pipe up and say something, he was like, shut up, because she was going to incriminate herself. And he thought it was okay to do what they'd done, but he wanted to get away with it. And that's what scared me, man. Like, they didn't realize that this is a university and it's a public area, and you're not allowed to hurt people for their beliefs. Because if I went up to one of these guys and they told me they were like a Muslim or something I didn't agree with, anything, man, they could have been a Christian, and I was like, you're evil, and I'm gonna move you, I'm gonna get you out of my area, even though you're allowed to be here. Like, I would have been kicked out of the university, no doubt about it. If I gone up to a Muslim, I don't have anything wrong with Muslims, let's be honest. So if I go up to a Muslim and I'm like, you are fucking evil, get the fuck out of this public area, right? Leave, right? I would have been kicked out of the uni, no doubt. There wouldn't have been a warning, man. No warning. If I punched him afterwards and he hadn't done anything, I would have gotten kicked. There's no doubt about it. And they've done the same thing to me, but because they're part of this sick ideology, they think they can do it. Anyway, so like I'm on the timer now, and I've got about another 2 minutes left before this thing cuts. But basically, they're leaving now, and I've gone to their safe space and I made them leave. And Andrew over there, Andrew, I know I'm talking to you, man. I don't hate you. You're a great guy. Honestly, man, I engaged with you, man, and we had a laugh. And I didn't want you to walk away feeling bad, right? But I walked in here, and you hadn't learned anything. I wasted 3 hours of my time on Monday or Tuesday trying to talk to you and trying to debate with you as a philosopher, and you learned nothing. So you wasted my time, and you thought I was stupid. So yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, man, I want to make up with these people, but they don't want to make up with me. And I just made them leave their safe space. So if you guys go out to your house and you want to do your thing there, you're allowed to. But don't come to university and think because your ideology makes you God that you could hurt people. Good. Well, YouTube cares because I'm seeing, yeah, here we go, I got you now, You're engaging me now, and you've just lost, right? Hey, I don't even know why you're wearing a corset. That's so, you're oppressing yourself. It's like internalized misogyny. You're trying to oppress yourself. That's what a corset was. It would oppress women, right? And they'd wear it because they were oppressed. And you're wearing a corset now. And it's just hilarious to me. It's just you're so fucking. You're just so fucking. You're so dogmatic in your ideas, right? You're so dogmatic. And you just sit there and you oppress yourself. I'm sorry, man. I didn't get. I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. But these guys that are staying here thinking that whatever, and they're just listening to me, and they think that I'm fooled when they fuck around on their phone, basically. Like I don't know. They just think I'm stupid. And at the end of the day, if I beat you on your own terms, you think you can take me on mine, you're gonna lose. But I guess that's all I wanted to say. Like, I see evil here, and I've repelled a decent number of them. They're all gone. Not all of them. Half of them are gone. And I'm sorry to the guys that are quietly playing games. I'm really sorry to you guys. You have to listen to this. I'm very sorry to you. But this guy here who's sitting here like, I have a comeback. It's 2016. You're a racist bigot. That's whatever. But I think I've made my point here. Okay. This isn't your safe space. You're killing as organized sport. I know you probably think that's just a laugh, but I read between the lines, and I see you want to hurt people because of their beliefs, and I see you running around with guns. Yeah, it's silly, isn't it? It's silly, but I read between the lines. Because, that's what I do. I read between the lines, and you think you do, but you don't. Because you got a degree and you think it makes you smart, and it doesn't. You just have a meaningless piece of paper, and when you get out of uni, right, and you're not smart, you haven't been taught how to think with your degree, right, and no one's going to hire you. And you're going to go on the welfare, and you're going to come to me, and you're going to be like, Logan, I can't get a job because of my own problems, and I haven't decided to fix them, and I'm going to take your money. And if you don't give me your money, I'm going to kill you, ultimately. I'm going to kill you. No? And that's their argument. So, I don't know. Rant over. I'm actually getting hoarse because I talk so much. I talk way too much, man. Like that, right? But I realize with these people, there's no reasoning with them because I've already put 4 or 5 hours of my time into trying to reason with them and trying, I'm sorry to the guy that pushed me. I'm sorry to him because I vexed him. At the end of the day, you just call security when that happens. If you think someone's that bad and they're harassing you, just call security. But he didn't. He thought he had a right to hurt me. But that's the story, basically. I showed them what they were. Oh, look, there's the communist flag. Bit of symbolism for you. Communism. It's evil. It's evil. And your ideology is evil. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. YouTube and people and my friend that's on the phone. I'm not going to say what your name is because I know you won't get involved. But yeah, and if I see you around and you mess with anyone and like any of my friends, you're going to lose. Just FYI, you're going to lose. That's all. That's it, man. Rant over, basically. But you heard them, mate. You heard them, though. Yeah, well, the fact that they're so dogmatic, if they don't change their ideas at all, after what I've said, they're for some reason they're so dogmatic and they're so stupid, they're never going to change, and they think they can hurt people because they don't agree with them. And you know what I see, Alex? I see fucking Stalin. I see fucking Mao. I see Pol Pot. Yeah, man. Dude, that's what I see in them, man. I see them for what they are. They're not necessarily bad people. I don't know them inside and out. They might be psychopaths, but they're all. Oh, I'm actually gonna